Alright guys, James Gamers here. Welcome to another episode of FIFA 15 Potential Squads. In this episode, I'll be showcasing you the potential FIFA 15 squad for PSG, so let's get into it. Alright guys, and welcome back, and here is the potential squad for PSG in FIFA 15. Just as a disclaimer, this isn't actually player rating predictions, but if you are interested in watching some FIFA 15 player rating predictions, go onto my channel. I am currently doing a series where I pick 3 players and then discuss their potential ratings on a FIFA 15. So if you are interested in that, the playlist to them videos are in the description. So just go down there and click on the playlist. But we are going to kick off with the goalkeeper. We do have the Italian man Sirigu. Obviously you saw him in the World Cup for Italy, a decent World Cup campaign. Obviously, they didn't get out of the group, which was a bit of a shame for Italy, because I did believe it was going to be us and Italy go through, which was far on because we finished bottom, Italy finished third, which was crazy, and then obviously Costa Rica finished first, which no one could have seen. But Sirigu is definitely a decent goalkeeper, probably the best goalkeeper in Liga 1 at the moment, a very good shot stopper, good on those one-on-ones, and definitely will be there next season. But you will actually see on the bench possible transfer targets for PSG in that position later on in the video. Going to the left back, we do have Lucas Digne. They did sign him from Lille. I'm not too sure on the transfer fee, but he looks like a decent, solid left back, a young left back, so he definitely has a decent potential and definitely likes to get out of the field. A very attack-minded left back, but he is good at getting back, also very good in those nitty-gritty challenges, and definitely will be key in the future for PSG, and even next season he will definitely be key, getting up and down those wings, crossing the ball in to the striker. The next player over is the captain, Thiago Silva. Now, what a tank this guy is. Obviously, I've actually mentioned him in previous episodes of FIFA 15 potential squads with the likes of Barcelona, but I do believe PSG will not get rid of Thiago Silva. He is the heart and soul of that centre-back position for their team, and such a great centre-back. My favourite centre-back in world football at this time. Definitely decent in every compartment, really good at attacking the ball with his head, very good at attacking and both defending corners, and very good in those nitty-gritty chances. And like I said, definitely my favourite centre-back in world football at the current time. His partner in crime for next season is the 40 million man, David Luiz. Now, many people do believe he is not worth that 40 million, and I'm definitely one of them. He is definitely not a centre-back, to be honest. He's more of a CDM. Definitely his best position is at that central defensive mid position. Just, he gets up the pitch far too much, and when you're a centre-back, you need to have a little bit of a discipline, and he really doesn't. He has nothing. He hasn't really got a brain, really. All he does, it's kind of like he's playing on Xbox. He gets the ball and then tries to take everyone. Yes, it's kind of Brazilian-like because he is obviously Brazilian, but he should be more disciplined than that, and hopefully Thiago Silva can just talk to him and say to him, you need to stay in that centre-back position and help me out every now and then in those big Champions League ties. Obviously, in the Liga 1, it's not going to be a tough task for PSG because obviously they are the best sides along the sides of AS Monaco, so he's not really going to have a huge task in league football, but definitely in those Champions League clashes, he will definitely have a job on. And the final right back is, in fact, Serge Aurier. Obviously, this guy was linked with a move to the Premier League with the likes of Spurs and Arsenal wanting his signature. I do believe he was at Toulouse last season, but he has gone on loan to PSG, which is quite surprising because I don't know why they've got him on loan. Possibly they could have got him on a permanent basis, but possibly they could just be watching him, see if he does perform in the first season. Then if he does, they will be obviously buying because they've got endless amounts of cash and they could possibly buy anyone in world football. The first CDM is, in fact, Matuidi. Now, this guy did, in fact, get a team this season, last season. Not too sure on the rating. I do believe it was around 86 rated. Definitely one of my favourite CDMs in FIFA. Such a great player all round. Decent in every compartment, both attacking and defending. Like Thiago Silva, very good in those nitty-gritty challenges. Hasn't got the height really, he's only around 5'11", but definitely a decent aerial threat at times, both attacking and defending corners. Going to left midfielder, we do have Ezequiel Lavezzi. Now, there has been much talk of this guy's actually moving away from PSG, which I don't believe it's true. I do believe he will be there next season. Had a bit of a disappointing campaign for PSG. Obviously, still winning Liga 1 for the second time in a row. But I do believe he will have a better season. I do believe his best position is possibly in that striker role or just playing behind the striker, which is a bit of a shame because obviously the attacking prowess that PSG do in fact possess definitely hampers that position for Lavezzi. Going on the other wing, we do have the Brazilian man Lucas, another exclusion from that Brazil national side for the 23-man squad for the World Cup, which was a huge surprise. This guy, it just gives you that burst of pace. You never know what he's going to do, just electric pace, like I said, he's so fast to be honest. Got decent dribbling skills, also can come up with a goal every now and then. It was a bit of a surprise when Luis Felipe Scolari did in fact not include him in his provisional side. Going into the cam, we do have a possible new transfer, and this guy is wanted by many clubs in the top European clubs at the moment. He is in fact the Argentinian man, the Real Madrid man now, Angel Di Maria. He is such a beast, such a great season for Real Madrid last season. Obviously helped Argentina to that final in the World Cup. Obviously didn't play because he was injured, which was a bit of a shame, and it definitely did hamper Argentina's chance of lifting the World Cup trophy, but definitely a great player. I do believe if PSG get him, he will be such a tank in that middle, such a great part of the goal, decent distribution, and can come up with every goal, and ball literally sticks to his foot like glue. Such a great close control, and definitely will be a great steal if PSG can in fact lure him from the Bernabeu. Going at the strikers, we do in fact have is the Swedish man, the main man for PSG, Zlatan Ibrahimovic. I do believe he scored 36 goals in 41 games last season, which is unbelievable. Unfortunately, he didn't go to the World Cup because obviously Sweden did not qualify. Obviously, had that qualifier against Portugal, but Portugal did in fact beat them in that. So unfortunately, they weren't at the World Cup, which was a bit of a shame because I was looking forward to Zlatan being there. But he's still a tank. One of my favourite strikers in world football. I'm on. Definitely one of the best in European and world football. Such a tank. Got it all. Really got decent pace, decent shooting, and a very good aerial threat. Also, anywhere in and around that box, he will score 9 times out of 10. And his partner in crime is, in fact, the former Napoli man, the Uruguayan Edison Cavani. Obviously, moved to PSG last summer for, I do believe it was reported, 55 million euros, which is a huge price tag. Obviously, you're just seeing the huge price tags that PSG are putting on their players. But he had a decent season for PSG. I do believe he got into double figures, around 18 goals. But he's kind of in a Zlatan Ibrahimovic dark side, really, because obviously Zlatan is the main man. In any other side in Europe, Edison Cavani, if he was at a club, he would be the main man. But obviously Zlatan is at PSG, so he is the main man. So he's kind of taken the limelight away from Edison Cavani. But I do believe if he stays next season, he has been linked with the likes of Manchester United, etc. But I do believe if he stays, he will definitely have a decent campaign next season for the Liga 1 champions. Going on the substitutes now, we do in fact have his transfer rumour. It is in fact the Spurs man, Hugo Lloris. Obviously a decent shot stopper, and obviously they have got Sirigu now, but possibly they may want to upgrade, and he would definitely be a decent upgrade. Definitely great shot stopper, decent on those one-on-ones. A lot like Sirigu, really, but the only thing I don't like about Lloris is his physical presence. It's kind of skinny, it's kind of like David De Gea. Hasn't got the biggest build, really, which doesn't really frighten the attacking players, but definitely one of the world's best goalkeepers at this current time. The next move over is another goalkeeper. It is, in fact, Petr Cech. Obviously, Thibaut Courtois has came back to Chelsea from his 3-year loan period with Atletico Madrid, so possibly Cech could be on the way out. To be honest, I am a Chelsea fan, so I'd love them both to be there, because imagine if we had Cech and Courtois at our disposal, that would be unbelievable. So if one got injured, we'd still have a world-class goalkeeper. But if he does move, PSG are in fact interested, and I don't believe the deal will be huge. He's obviously in his 30s now, which he's kind of getting into his prime, so possibly it could be around 15 to 20 million, but we'll never know, and we'll see in the future months. The next video is Yohan Cabaye, obviously formerly of Newcastle. Decent campaign and career with Newcastle, but then went to PSG and definitely has done well in that PSG midfield. Obviously, it's a very hard midfield to get in because you've got the likes of Thiago Motta, Verratti, Matuidi, so it definitely is a very defensive midfield, and it was hard for Cabaye to obviously get in there, but he does play every now and then, and is definitely one of their key players in the middle of the park. The next player we do in fact have is a transfer rumour. This guy's wanted, like Di Maria, by many top European and world clubs, really. It is in fact the Frenchman from Juventus, Paul Pogba. Such a great player. Obviously was at Manchester United in his youth career, had a bit of a spat there. I do believe he wanted around 80k a week, which is crazy. He hadn't even played a senior game yet. So Sir Alex, having none of that, just got him out of the club, and look what he's turned into. Such a beast at Juventus, and definitely the fee for him would, I do believe Juventus won around 60 million, which is crazy, really, but I do believe PSG possibly could pay that. The next move over is Thiago Motta, the guy we were just talking about. Definitely a decent CDM, just sitting in front of those two centre-backs, holding the fort, alongside his partner in crime, Verratti, the Italian man. This guy's actually being linked to possibly the next Pirlo, which is a big statement to be honest, but it definitely shows potential to be the next Andrea Pirlo. And the final player is in fact the Mangala from FC Porto. This guy is wanted by many clubs also, but I do believe this guy possibly will go to Manchester City. I do believe the deal has been done. I actually did these squads a few days ago now, so possibly a few of these players may have rubbish the reports going to PSG or even have left PSG, so don't leave that in the comment section below. I am recording this on the 31st of July, so take that into account when you are in fact leaving your comments in the comment section below. But this was another episode of the 15 potential squads. If you guys did in fact enjoy this video, definitely like, comment, subscribe, and also if you have a team that you want me to review in the next episode, leave it in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more daily FIFA content.